So in this video I'm going to show you how to do a between subjects ANOVA. This is very similar to how to do an independent t-test. You have to set up the data in almost the same way. But now we have more groups. So I'm going to do an ANOVA on the 4 ethnicity groups here. And you can go to the code book to see what these 4 groups are. And I'm going to use weight in 1997 as my outcome variable. So what you need to do is to highlight your data, then go to the filter function, and then go back to your race variable and unhighlight the last 3. So now we're just working with the first ethnicity. And so now it's going to hide all the other people's responses that aren't of ethnicity 1. So you can see over here on the left we have some rows that are hidden. So each row represents a person. So because I unchecked some of the ethnicities, it's hiding those people of the other ethnicities that are 2, 3, or 4. And it's only keeping the 1s, as you can see here. But it not only deletes the 2s and 3s from here, it also deletes the whole row, because that whole row is a person. And so this person who has ethnicity 1, they are also a female, because their gender is 2. And in 1996 they had an income of 300, and that same person weighed 160 pounds and had a job satisfaction of 1. So this whole row represents a person. So after you filter it and you only get the 1s, then I'm just going to copy the variable that I want to work with. So I'll put an arrow here, up here, highlight this whole row, and I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to put a new sheet here and paste. And I'm going to paste the values. So now you can see the rows aren't hidden anymore, and that's what we want. And then I'm going to rename this. You can put weight, but you need to make sure you know which race it's for, so it's for whatever is 1. And then I'm going to go back and refilter this. So now I'm going to uncheck 1, but then check 2. So we're going to do this for each of the races. See, now we just have all 2s. So now I'm going to get the weights for the people who have an ethnicity for the group 2. And paste that, paste the values. Then make sure you indicate this is for the 2s. Remember, you can go to the code book to see what these races actually mean. No, it's just not numbers. The numbers represent something. So now I'm going to do it for 3. There's not many people in the 3rd group, but that's okay. And paste, put a 3 here, and then we're going to do it one more time. Because we have 4 groups, we're doing an ANOVA. Remember, you can't do a t-test if you have more than 2 groups. So we have to do ANOVA because we have 4 groups. Oops. Yep. Alright, never mind. It's good. Paste the values. Alright, so once you do this, and then now you have 4 groups. Now the data is in the right format to do the data analysis part, to do the between subjects ANOVA. So I'm going to go to data analysis, and then I'm going to pick ANOVA single factor. So you have a couple different ANOVAs here, but we want to pick the single factor one. And press OK. And then we're gonna press this little box and highlight all our data. Press the box again. Leave it at columns. We have labels in the first row because we named the variables. You can keep our alpha at 0.05. And then I'm just gonna make it into a new worksheet. But you can also pick where you want your output to go. Press OK. And now we have a ANOVA table. It has each of the groups here and their sample sizes. The sums, I don't know why it gives you that, but and then here's the averages, so the average weight for each year, or for each ethnicity, and their variance for each ethnicity. Then you can see we have the full ANOVA table for you. So you should know what most of this is besides the F critical. That's for if you want to do it the critical region approach. So you don't have to know this, but for our p-value to be less than 0.05, our F, this is the one you'd calculate with the MSB and the MS within. This has to be more than the F critical. So this is the F for the 0.05. So anything greater than that means your p-value is less than 0.05. But you don't need to know that. That's just the critical region approach that I'm not teaching. And so we have our sum of squares between, within, total, our degrees of freedom, and then our MSB, which is the sum of squares divided by the degrees of freedom here, and then our MS within is the sum of squares within divided by these degrees of freedom, and then our F statistic is this, the MSB divided by the MS within to get this, and then it gives you the p-value for you. And so you just need to copy this table into your Word document, and you don't need to do all the work. Lucky you. Alright, just make sure you go through all the steps. There are 6 steps. And make sure you do all of that for your homework, but it should be pretty simple, and Excel helps you do it.